Good morning, welcome back to the channel. I'm just out here checking on the garden and see how everything is doing. Some of it's already coming up, some of it's not. There's some asparagus there. I'm not really sure what the leaves look like. I don't know if that is just some weeds or that's some asparagus coming up. Robin planted those. I think she planted them in the middle, so those just may be weeds. Those are sweet potatoes. Not really doing nothing. And then this is cucumbers. Cucumbers are coming up. That's a good thing. Has some little pieces of clover in there that I was just picking out. Those are so small you can't really see them, but they get a little bit bigger. We'll thin that out. These are some Rutger tomatoes that we bought off a guy. They weren't looking very good when we bought them, but there they are. They are growing, looks like, but they just don't look too good. So let's see what happens with them. All the tomatoes back on the back row are doing good. Nothing is flowering out yet, but I suspect they will be real soon. I've only actually watered everything one time, and the rain has been taking care of the rest. These two here look really good. They look really good when we planted them. Look at the stalk on that, how big it is. Those are good stalks. That's cherry tomatoes. Those are looking real good. And over here is our peppers, and they are looking good. We have already got some peppers coming out. If you look down here, there's a little group down here. This one here has a big group coming out on it. That is the yellow bell sweet tomatoes, sweet peppers. These two are bell peppers. We got one coming out right there. I think that's the only one we got coming out so far. But they're doing good. Everything is looking good so far. We haven't noticed any critters down here yet, so I'm going to wait on building my screens until I have to. Here's some onions coming up. She planted them down the middle. Some more coming up here. Those 2 cups, I put watermelon seeds in them. They're not really doing anything, so I'm not sure if they're supposed to be. They were just seeds. And then over here, I've got some sunflower seeds, 2 different kinds of sunflowers. There's one coming up there. It'll take them a while though before they germinate. That's just been, I think, a week ago. So everything is looking good. Really don't have a whole lot to do. I've got it down here. I'm going to cut a little bit of wire off that screen to get it down lower, and I've got a couple more up I found up behind the house there that I'm going to bring down and put on those last 2 buckets. But other than that, everything is looking good for now. So I'm going to move on to my next project, which I think is going to be adding some gravel down here. So we'll see what happens. Okay, we figured out what to do. I was going to add gravel right here behind me, but now I'm going to take a look. I've already been taking a look. I'm going to take the tractor up here on the hill. You'll see when I get up there. And we've had a drainage problem. We've had so much rain. Well, we had rain yesterday morning some, and then early this morning, about 6 hours ago or so, right before daylight. A bunch of rain come through, and what we're having is a washout. Water's just running down the hill and down the driveway, and it's creating culverts in our driveway. We've had them happen before, but this year is starting off really bad. So we got to get a handle on it so we don't just have to keep using all our extra money to buy gravel. We have to buy other things. like material for a walk-in shower, material for a storm shelter. And one of these days we'll get to work on them. All right. Hoping you can see the problem here. See how much that washed out. Coming down here. That's just all from water. There's the pile of gravel at the end. And it goes all the way up to right there close to where Robin is running the weed eater. Some of it got diverted. Down here, running down here, then going on down. So what it's really doing, I made that little pile of rocks. I took some out. It's coming down the hill right there, and also coming out of the side of the hill. There's a spring when it rains. So we got to figure out a diversion ditch. We don't have the money to get a culvert pipe right now, so we're just going to figure out a way to get it fixed to hopefully not have our gravel keep washing out.
I can hear somebody coming up the road.
Sure does.
I ain't got my gum. Somebody in a black truck.
Up here?
Black van. Go see what you want. Still coming through. Pretty good. But it's still coming through pretty good.
That's already there. There's still water sitting up here. Right there, if you up there and look, get out your spot. It comes down this way.
Make me miss my job up.
That look alright?
Look at the flow of that.
Trying to pass. Well, I cut a tree down.
Yeah.
Alright, buddy. What else I can do with that? I just get to work. heading downhill. Gravity will take care of it. Look at that. Whoa! Okay guys, we got a temporary diversion ditch coming across here. Water goes across there and should go on down the hill and stay out of the driveway. So we'll find out. It's doing it right now, so I have to find out when it comes another big rain. So now I'm going to work on the driveway. you can see I'm starting to have a little problem where I'm getting down to the bottom. It always happens. My terrain and goes going like this, so your bucket ends up deeper on one side and you start getting mixed dirt or mud. Right now it's mud mixed in with your bucket of stuff, and that's what happens. And I don't want to pour all that back on the driveway, so right now I just got a hand, take it out by hand and throw it down here. And after I dump this bucket, I'm just going to try to straighten out, if I can, mound that up some so I can have the last few buckets. I don't have enough to do, of course, what I'm needing to do. So I started up at the top, as you notice, but I've come back down to the bottom because that's where we drive most of the time. So I don't want that to stay muddy down there, because that's where we turn right there to go into the parking area. So we're going to end up with a gap in between it, and we'll just have to get us another load of gravel whenever the funds let us. So that's where we're at. Well, okay, everybody, I can't get any more out of my gravel pile. As you can see, down this way, I'm starting to collect dirt where I'm trying to scoop it off the ground. And it'd be different if it was all dry, but it's so wet that I'm able to dig it down real easy. So that's just got dirt mixed in with it. So I'm not happy about that. But man, you try to squeeze every bit you can out of these gravel piles because they cost so much money. So regardless, I wouldn't have gotten done, but now I've got this empty void here until we can get some more gravel. So we'll work on that as quick as we can. I went ahead down there, I just got through box blade, and there was another area that I had missed on a where it washed out, but it wasn't real bad, so I just box bladed it real quick and it's fine. These box blades, they could save you some money for sure. Excuse me. Okay, man, well, we've done quite a bit so far on this video. I think I'll continue it into tomorrow, because tomorrow, unless my plans get changed, I think what I'm going to do is get my mulcher out, my mulcher maker machine, and see what we can do with that to finish the weekend up. So, been a little bit productive. At least we're not moving backwards. Kind of slowing up a little bit though by putting my dirt on there, but I mean, there's still quite a bit of gravel down there, but it's just getting to where you try to build it back up in the middle to get you a good bucket, but it's just getting dirt mixed in with it. So what I'll end up doing is taking that, spreading it out down there, hoping it'll help through the winter next year. Maybe if I have to park down there, I won't get stuck. All right. Well, we will see you back here sometime tomorrow. I think there's some kind of bee's nest down here somewhere. I'm trying to be careful because they seem like they're going down here and disappearing. Look like bumblebees, but I'm not sure. Try not to kill them, because I like the bees to have their piece too. Alright, we got the biggest part of it. The hostas. This one here, kind of leaning that way because of that big, whatever it was. We thought it was some kind of flowering wild bush, but it's not. So it would have had flowers by now. So I got the gist of it. Got two of the hosses have blooms coming up on them. Yeah, there's one over here too. That's good. The hosses will thrive good because of all the rain we've had. We don't go around watering everything all the time. So the hosses usually do good until the drought comes because they don't like a lot of sun. But so the sun's almost completely on them now. About another hour it will be. And it'll probably last, well, it lasts till, it starts going behind the trees about 5:30, something like that. These are looking good. I put some rocks under them. We usually tie them up. For now, I just put some rocks on them so they won't droop over. They get top heavy. So it obviously needs to be fine-tuned, but this is a whole lot better than it was. So we'll just consider that done for now. Now I'm gonna go ahead and take all of the clippings and give them to the chickens. They love them. Hey everyone, this is later in the day. I had planned on getting my mulcher machine out and see if I could start making some mulch for my garden. I took some trash up to the road a little while ago, came back, and as I said in my creek waterline video that's out now that nobody's watching, that I always check on it. So I just glanced over because we had some rain Friday. I didn't think it was real bad. The creek was about 6 to 10 inches deep, something like that, when I got home. I could still see the pipe down there, so it wasn't like a lot of debris had been in there or anything. But anyway, I looked down there and one of the metal straps was gone. Still had the one metal strap on the far end. The two plastic straps I put on there that would not bust if the other metal strap had not come out, or they were both busted. So I looked for the metal strap knowing it wouldn't be here. I'm pretty sure what happened, I really don't think that the strap busted. I just think what happened was the Tapcon screw with the pressure came out. That's why I want the 2-hole straps instead of the 1-hole strap. So I put, I had 3 straps left, plastic ones. I put 2 of them on, and we'll just hopefully don't get a lot of rain. I haven't looked. I don't think we're supposed to get big amounts of rain. Normal rain doesn't do it, but man, we haven't been getting normal rains. When it rains, it might rain off and on all day, but when it rains, man, it pours. Literally and figuratively. So anyway, I got it restrapped. I didn't bother filming it because nobody wants to see that anyway, I reckon. So I've got that done. I think it's about 5:30 or 6 o'clock, something like that. Let me look on my phone real quick, just so I can see, because it's 20 after 5. That's relatively early as far as going to the box store. I'm going to go ahead, as I mentioned in my last video, I had to get the 1-hole straps on the steel straps, and as a matter of fact, I got the last 2 of those. And you know how box stores are restocking stuff, so hopefully they'll have them. If not, I'll just I go to work every day. I don't work here in our town. I go to other towns and work, so I'll stop and see if I can find some after work tomorrow. So I'm just gonna go ahead and end this video. And this video, I know, has been all over the place, but that's what happens sometimes, because that's what we're doing around here. I very rarely get to work on the projects I want to work on, because this time of year I'm either doing grass cutting, as you might be able to hear Robin way up there. She's cutting mowing grass right now, and you see what we did in the video. So hopefully one day we'll get back on our projects. So alright, appreciate you watching. We've been getting, believe it or not, been getting some subscribers. As far as our numbers go, it's pretty cool. We're almost up to 460 now, I think. So we just got a little bit less than 600 to go to get to 1,000. 1,000 is supposed to be one of the magic numbers where you can go to the next level. If it happens to Amazon, I don't care. So again, thanks for watching, and we'll see you again on the next one. God bless. Have a good one.